everybody, I'm Mango Thunderslice, and I'm here with little baby Isla Spring Thunderslice, and we are chilling while Space Panther is out and about getting some clothes for little Isla and some other stuff. And thought I'd make a quick video about abortion, right? With the whole Brett Kavanaugh hearings, right? Trump's second nominated Supreme Court justice, going through the confirmation hearings, and, you know, a bunch of Democratic politicians flipping out about, you know, him using a phrase in reference to the Hobby Lobby case of a few years ago, when basically Hobby Lobby didn't want to be compelled to offer the Plan B pill contraception to employees because they felt that that was a violation of their religious beliefs. And, you know, Brett Kavanaugh, in talking about the case, referenced the Plan B pill as an abortion-inducing drug, you know. Not even necessarily saying, I believe this is an abortion-inducing drug, but just referencing the case and, you know, the Catholic group, you know, that believes that the Plan B is an abortion-inducing drug. And, you know, technically it is an accurate term. The Plan B pill does prevent, you know, a birth from taking place. You know, I wouldn't necessarily put it on par with abortion of a fully conceived and fertilized baby. But, you know, it's just funny how just up in arms the blue team gets, and, you know, these liberals get about abortion. And, you know, when I was back an atheist liberal, you know, you know, under the spell of the neo-Marxist cultural delusion, right, you know, I was, you know, I believed, like most people, that, you know, oh, it's women's choice, blah, 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 and, you know, it's, my views have definitely evolved over the years, and, you know, definitely now seeing Isla, I mean, this is what you're missing out on, right? This is the little beautiful creature that comes out when an egg is fertilized and a fetus is in the womb, right? It becomes a human being, right? It's interesting how they just want to kind of minimize, you know, what, like, you know, even the word fetus is kind of like dehumanizing, right? It's a mass of cells, it's not a real human. Well, it is a real human. It will become a human, and no, it's not her body, her choice, because there's a baby's body in there, and it's not hers. It's, that child is its own person. And one thing, you know, Space Panther and I talk about is, like, you know, we created Isla's body, right, with our bodies, but we didn't create her soul. We didn't create her as a human being. She is imbued with the Spirit of God. She is imbued with that free will, that holy aspect, right, of just life, and that spark of divinity. And, you know, I definitely am not a person who would ever suggest that abortion should be made illegal. I really don't think that in hypothetical, you know, alternate universe where Roe versus Wade was overturned, basically all that would mean is that the decision goes back to the states, right, under the 10th Amendment, to decide, you know, what rules make most sense for their constituents, which to me is not an end-of-the-world scenario in any case. So even if Brett Kavanaugh was part of some decision where Roe versus Wade was overturned, it's really not that big of a deal at all. No, it's not. And, you know, the people who are so excited about abortion, I think, you know, they are by default full-blown Satanists, right? For people who cheer on the ending of a potential human life, that is just so sickening, right? At very, very most, those who support a woman's right to choose should be treating it as a necessary evil, not as a good thing. Abortion is not a good thing for anyone at any time. You know, there's a lot of billboards, right? I just saw a picture on Twitter of a billboard, I think, down in the South somewhere, describing abortion as self-care, right? And it's got this younger black woman next to two older black women, and it's like, hashtag trust black women, abortion is self-care. It's like, that is insane. Okay, to think that this procedure, to minimize this procedure like you're going and getting a facial or a massage. Oh yeah, just going to get an abortion with some of my friends. Like, what? It is insane how much this is being minimized and culturally just, you know, pushed on people to make it seem like it's something so banal and, you know, minor and commonplace, and that it's not even a moral action at all, because life doesn't have any value, so why should we fret about it, right? And, you know, I just saw a couple other billboards on Twitter put out by the NHS, National Health Service in the UK. And, you know, it was like, would you give up this? And it shows a PlayStation controller for this, and it shows like a binky, a pacifier, and it's like, use a condom. Like, and then there was another one that's like, would you give up these? And it shows these red high-heeled stiletto shoes for this, and then the same thing, it shows the binky, you know, use a condom. And it's like, it's the cucked kingdom just strikes again. You know, that is such a degenerate program to be put out by a public agency, that they don't want people having kids. They want people to be playing video games and going out at night in nightclubs in their high heel shoes. I mean, whatever people want to do, it's all good. I will admit that the older I get, the more that I think that men who play video games after age 21 are just friggin' losers. Sorry if that offends anybody, but seriously, I liked playing video games back when I was in school, and my time was, you know, constrained by, you know, the obligations that I had just to finish school. But once you're out of school, if you're still playing video games on any regular basis and it's occupying a significant amount of your time, you're a loser. Like, that's a total waste of time, and it doesn't, you know, anyway, again, everybody can do what they want, but I've come to accept a purposeful universe. Things are here for a reason, right? It's not all random, right? The wind resonates with that concept. And, you know, it's just, it's so, like, just pathetically selfish, you know, when people cheer on, you know, population control, right? And, you know, oh, I don't want to give up my PlayStation to create a new human life in the furtherance of the human species in this divine miracle known as life, right? Oh, yeah, I'd rather just play Call of Duty. Like, whatever, bro. And, you know, encouraging women to just be degenerate and, you know, to hate children and to value their own convenience more than, like, the life of the unborn and the life of children. It's a satanic program, you know, and back in the day I didn't recognize it. Now I can see it plain as day, right? It is so obvious how much they demonize life, how much they are in a satanic cult, right? And that's what it is. These atheists and these Satanists will say, oh, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in Satan either, I'm not a Satanist. No, you're a Satanist. You're part of a death cult. Anybody who doesn't respect the reverence, you know, and the miracle of life is in a death cult, right? And, you know, it's just, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, I guess that's all of my main points for now. But I just, you know, again, this is what happens when the baby comes out to full term. Isla is perfect. She is an angel. And, you know, it makes me sad to think that there are people out there who are believing this bullshit. Sorry, Isla. Believing this BS about, you know, oh, it's the women's right to choose, reproductive rights, like, you know. And Margaret Sanger, Planned Parenthood is an evil organization. They are not good. They are not helping people. They are controlling the population. Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, she was a eugenicist, okay? These leftists who are always on the crusade against against Nazis, right? They are actually the real Nazis, right? And suppressing free speech, they're promoting population control by abortion, right? The most dangerous place to be in America right now is in a black woman's womb, right? Because 60% of, you know, babies, black babies are aborted now, right? And even if they are born, right, you have a 77% chance of being born to a single-parent household, where you're not going to be brought up properly. You're going to be missing out on that vaunted privilege that comes along with having two loving parents. It doesn't matter what color their skin is, right? And it's just really bad. Like, this, people want to say it's racism. No, it's like when you create an entire population of people that have no moral character, who don't respect life, who don't even have a valid male influence in their life. The culture, the communist satanic culture, takes the place of parenting, and, you know, it's no wonder that people are just out here spewing all this nonsense when they were raised by a communist media program. And it's just really bad. Like the comedians today, with the exception of Owen Benjamin and Gavin McInnes, and now what's his name, Norm Macdonald, right? There's good comedians, but the people in entertainment who express a reverence for life, an appreciation for American culture and family values, they get cut out, right? They get their careers destroyed. They get pushed to the periphery, if they can't be cut out entirely. And it's very, very heartening to me to listen to people like Owen Benjamin and these other comedians who are willing to take a stand against the satanic media program. And it's it's a culture war. It's of people who believe in life, the children of God, and who believe in the truth and the miracle of this world and of life. And then there's people who believe that it's all a bunch of random nonsense. There's no point or purpose to any of it, and human life shouldn't really even be protected, right? They want to put the death penalty on par with abortion, right? Oh, pro-lifers that support the death penalty, right? Like executing a murderer or a rapist or a pedophile is on par with killing an innocent child who has yet to even be born, by default is an innocent. It is crazy, and they make it seem so normal. That's the thing. There are people who say this stuff, and I'm a hater because I don't believe in the eugenics program put out by Planned Parenthood. And furthermore, Planned Parenthood the people at Planned Parenthood sell. Oh man, this is hard to even say around here. They sell the aborted fetus. They sell the body parts of aborted babies for profit to people, and you can only imagine what they're buying them for. They say, oh, it's for medical research. I'm a little skeptical of that, knowing the evil elements of our society and what they do for power, right? With the it's just every time I'm holding Isla, I'm looking at Isla, and I just realize just how amazing and miraculous life is, and I end up feeling this swelling up of righteous indignation. I don't get angry, but it really, really grinds my gears to hear people just denigrate life so willy-nilly, none of it matters at all, right? And it's just not good. I know I got Darth Vader on my t-shirt. It's #1 dad, right? It's a little tongue-in-cheek ironic. It's like Darth Vader was ultimately a social justice warrior, right? He got so mad about how things should be, right, that he was even willing to completely abrogate his own personal ethics and lost his 2 children, who were then scattered to the corners of the galaxy to live out their, space opera lives in the Star Wars trilogy and so on. Just kind of a tangent there, but I gotta play it out. But yeah, that's my video today. Abortion's evil. People who celebrate it are full-blown Satanists, and they should not be taken seriously because, they're evil, evil people. And Brett Kavanaugh, hopefully he'll be swiftly confirmed, and we'll have a conservative court, for the next several decades. And, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, is 86 years old. If Trump wins a second term, it's very highly possible that, a third conservative Supreme Court justice will be appointed. And that would be great. That would be wonderful. And Stephen Breyer, I think he's 78 or something. They're getting pretty old on the bench, right? But things are going well for this country because people are waking up. They're speaking the truth. There is a revival of family values and real spirituality in people, and it is really amazing to behold, to watch people who were atheists and rudderless and addicted to drugs basically realize the divinity of this universe, and to get their life together and to start making children and building a life for themselves, building wealth and helping other people, right, by default, and just living a good life. You are an example to other people, right? People can see the way, when they see the example of others. And yeah, ultimately, I'm not a religious fundamentalist person. I'm not even a conventional religious person. I've been debating somebody on Twitter, Catholic Truther, right, about whether or not the universe itself is conscious, right? Because in Catholic dogma, I guess the universe isn't conscious, even though God created it all and God knows everything that happens and everything that will happen in the future. And everything that happens is planned by God. Apparently that doesn't by default mean that the universe is conscious. But, you know, whatever, you know, people, when religion doesn't actually do the job of answering people's questions and it gives them just this kind of meaningless catechism and dogma that's not applicable to reality and doesn't explain all the phenomena that people experience, well, that's when they go to atheism. Because they're like, well, these stories are dumb, their explanations don't give me anything meaningful, so why should I even believe in their ethics or morality or anything else? And that's what I'm trying to do, is to kind of define the aspects of a new sort of spirituality that people can get into, you know, in the 21st century and beyond, something that is in line with scientific knowledge and evidence, right? If there is an ether, if there is a field that unites the entire universe in instantaneous connection, right, and that field is alive and conscious, that is the mind of God, right? The entire universe is the mind of God, and it's processing all of the experiences within. And because everything is connected, right, the interaction that happens when miracles happen, it's literally that field just correcting a scenario in real time, in microseconds, right? To God, right, there is no space, there is no time, it is all folded into a single point, a singularity, right? You know, to us, it was the Big Bang, assuming you believe in such things, right? But to the creator of that universe, it is all still right there with him, right? He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. And, you know, I just think it's funny when religious people try and push back against pantheism and spiritual concepts that aren't in perfect alignment with their Catholic dogma or whatever, you know, Islamic dogma, whatever, you know, because what matters is that people have that faith in life. It doesn't matter what catechism they follow, what church they go to. It doesn't matter if they even go to church at all. What matters is that they're ethical. What matters is that they know right from wrong, right? That's what matters. So if we can build a spiritual structure, you know, without the BS of the past and something that is applicable to people's experiences today, then that's a good thing. And, you know, I don't think we should be held back by a religion, just like I don't think we should be held back by atheism. And we should all endeavor to push back against the satanic Marxist cult that is trying to take over this country and take over the world, because they don't value life. Nothing that those people control will ever bring happiness to anyone. Just look at any of the cities controlled by Democrats and you'll see that up front and personal. You know, they're evil. They're completely evil. Jesse Lee Peterson has it correct. It is the children of God versus the children of the lie. And luckily, because we are waking up, we are winning. And yeah, that's my video today. Maybe I'll make another one tomorrow. Hope you guys are having a good time, and may the force be with you. Cheers.